Ash here from ResilienceCounsellingnetwork.com. You may have seen some of our videos already, so I just wanted to take a bit of time out and introduce myself and Resilience Counselling Network. Before I get into why Resilience Counselling Network was created and what we hope to achieve, I thought I would give some information about myself. Now, my name's Ash, as I've already told you, but I'm not a counsellor or a therapist here. Me, alongside my wife, we created Resilience Counselling Network. Now, I've always struggled with my own mental health. Mental health is something that everyone has. Just the same way we have a physical health, we also have a mental health. And I think mental health is one of those things that we seem to neglect, and we don't seem to treat in the same way that we seem to treat our physical health. Now, just to give you a bit of my own story, I've suffered with a poor mental health. I suffered with various things throughout my adult life, addiction probably being the largest one of those. We all have a story. My story was my mother passed away when I was relatively young, and then that led on to a sequence of events that defined me as an adult, I guess. And we all have a story. I'm not trying to say that my story is any better or worse than yours, and likewise, everyone else has a story that defines us, that seems to mould us as people. This is what it is. We all seem to have one. As I grew up, I realised that a lot of the behaviours I have were actually destructive behaviours. They weren't helping me. And it was only really when I met my wife, who is a therapist, is a counsellor, is one of our lead counsellors here, that I started to realise the benefits and the necessity to maintain your mental health, and that's what I aim to do. I take time out every day to try and maintain my mental health. The world's a difficult place to live in. We live in a very competitive dog-eat-dog world, and I think if we don't take that time out to maintain our mental health, to make sure we're in that positive state of mind, we can quite easily slip into a state of depression without actually realising we're doing so. So I now take time out every day to make sure that my mental health is taken care of and is in the best place that it can possibly be. Now, thankfully for me, maintaining my mental health seems to go hand in hand with maintaining my physical health. I enjoy going to the gym. I find it really de-stressing. It seems to calm me. I like going for walks. I will go for a regular walk every morning, and that seems to calm me too. When I tell people I like to go for walks, friends, family, they suggest they come with me. Now, this is a big no-no for me, because I like to walk by myself. I like to have some music on. I like to drift off into my own little world, knowing that the moment I get back home and I get back into the office, I'm ready for my day. I'm ready to do what I need to achieve for that day. So thankfully for me, these two things go hand in hand. The third thing that I choose to do is I'm a big fan of motivational speakers and motivational videos. Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Tony Robbins. To be honest, Eric Thomas is probably my favourite. And I find that they help me to realise and get myself into the right frame of mind I need to be in to achieve what I want to achieve. It doesn't work for everyone. I tell people what I do, and some people look at the motivation videos I watch on a daily basis. I drive around, I listen to them in the car, I make sure I spend some time watching them in the day. And they find it a bit odd because it's not something that everyone does. My reaction to that is it isn't for everybody. You know, how you maintain your mental health is going to be different from how I maintain my mental health. However, I find for myself, motivational videos do work. I find myself, most of the goals that I set in the morning, most days I attempt to achieve those by the end of the day, and I think the motivational videos help me to do so. it's a case of we all start off our morning with a great plan of how the day's going to go, what we're going to achieve, what we're going to do, and as that day goes on, we notice a few of those things may have dropped off. It's very rare that people will do 100% of the things that they woke up saying they were going to do. That number may be 50, 60, 70%. They may, what you actually achieve within that day is generally not as much as you wanted to achieve when the day began. I find for myself, I achieve more, I get closer to that 100% of what I want to achieve if I've spent that time motivating myself, getting my mental health, getting my mental state into the right place. So that's just a little bit about me. Now, I did say that we'd come back to talking about why we created the Resilience Counselling Network. Now, we did so mainly because we realised mental health is a side of our health, it's a side of our personality that is neglected. A lot of people neglect their mental health, and we wanted to be able to put ourselves out there to try and promote better mental health. And not only promote that, we wanted to help people who wanted to seek counselling, because we find, a lot of people find that when people think about the stereotypical view of counselling, it's carried out in a face-to-face manner. The very old stereotype is the therapist's couch that you're sat on while talking to your therapist, and that was all well and good 10, 15, maybe even 3 years ago, but the world has moved on. Like I can talk to you now, I'm talking to more people, getting into more places than I could ever do on a face-to-face basis, and we find that we've moved on where the online services are being used to a greater extent, and that's what we need to do. We need to explore that, and that's why we started with our online counselling service. So we offer counselling via video link and also by email. The video link is carried out through one of the many social media capabilities that we do have. So we use things like Skype, WhatsApp, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger. It's really just to try and find a way that was the most convenient to reach our client base and for our client base to speak to us. What we found with these video counselling sessions is when we say you've got an hour session, that literally is 60 minutes of your time. You don't need to account for time travelling to and from your appointment. You don't need to account for parking costs. You don't need to think about, well, maybe the traffic will be a bit better. We all know we're actually in traffic can play a major part, and you suddenly realise this 10-minute journey took half an hour. So when an hour appointment is taking 2 hours out of your day, I think that's a major issue that we try to negate, is what we try to do. So now what we also do is our email counselling. Now we find the email counselling is more suited for those who lead busier lives, can't specify, can't account for a whole hour out of their day. They would like to drop in as and when is convenient for them. So we offer the email counselling, which is also great for people with anxiety. With the anxiety of speaking to someone new for the first time, we know that can be quite a daunting thought for some. And we find that the email counselling gives them a bit of a barrier, which makes them feel more comfortable. When they're not having a video call, they are still getting the help and the therapy and the support they need, but they're just not having to do that as a face-to-face basis. And for some, that is a huge benefit. We understood when we started this, people weren't used to our offering. They're not used to the online counselling nature. Like I say, there's still the stereotypical view that it should be done on a face-to-face basis. So what we decided to do, and what we found has worked tremendously well for us, is we offer a 2-week free trial of our services. Whether that be a video counselling, which is a session per week, or the email counselling, which is unlimited contact with your therapist for 2 weeks. We found this gives people a real good insights into whether or not online counselling will work for you. There's no obligation to continue at the end of the 2 weeks should you find it doesn't fit well for you. But for those who are a bit sceptical and unsure whether it will, we decided to offer the 2-week free trial, and that works tremendously well. Not only for us, but also for our clients. They seem to find it's a gentle step into therapy, and by the end of that 2 weeks, all the preconceptions and all the difficulties they thought they would have with online counselling are no longer there. So that's why we do what we do. So please do look out for our further videos. We do have a range of videos where we discuss counselling in a bit more depth, which lead back to the blogs on our website, so please do check those out too. We also have we try and run some motivational quotes, whether it be about life, love, business, bereavement, however, we do run these on our website too. So please do check these out. There will be links in the comments section below. Please do hit the subscribe button as well, so we can make sure that you're one of the first to know when we release new videos. We hope you're going to enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good day and take care of yourself. Bye bye.